So at this point, you've worked your center, you've worked your first border off of the stitches that were left after you finished the center. You worked the second border by taking out your provisional cast on and knitting downward from there. So now you're ready to put on your third and fourth border, which go along the right and the left selvage. So how do you pick up stitches for this? It's a little bit different than what you're used to doing. Normally you're used to going under the stitch and then picking up and knitting, but that leaves a pretty large ridge on the wrong side, which normally we don't really care about. But for this delicate little piece, we do care. So what you're going to do here is still going to leave a small ridge on the wrong side, but it's not as noticeable a ridge, and it'll fit in with the fabric better. So rather than just pick up and knit, we're going to just pick up the outsides of these slipped stitches so that it would be the leg closest to the center. And you just pick up all of these along the side until you have all 25 of them. So this is what it looks like when you've got all of the selvage stitches picked up along the right selvage. And when you pick up along the right selvage, the stitches are going to sit in the correct direction and ready for you to connect your yarn and knit the next border. Now, if you didn't get 25 stitches, don't panic. You can do exactly what you did when you picked up off of the provisional cast on, and on that first row, reconcile so that you have the number of stitches needed to start the chart, which is 25. And so from here, you would just go out and knit the third border. On the fourth side, you do exactly the same thing. You'll come in and you'll just start picking up your stitches just the way you did on the other side. And these two are orienting correctly. Now, if you remember, I had the little area here where I didn't slip the stitch but just turned and knitted. What I'll do is just go over it. And you can do this if you've got a couple of stitches where that's happening and they're not too close together. So you'll just go through, and when the final piece is done, you really won't see that little nub there at all. I may have to, and I probably will have to, reconcile stitches on that first row again to get to 25 stitches. But it's pretty easy, and you'll see when I turn it over, I'm going to have a little ridge of half stitches, but it's nothing like having a ridge of stitches that you get when you pick up and knit. And so that's how you'll pick up the stitches for your right and left borders. And again, when you're done with the right border, you'll put all of the stitches on the waist yarn. But when you finish this border, you're going to do something a little different, and we'll do that in another video.